On the victory, I guess, what can you take away from, a blistering performance like that? We've seen these before, and even if it's quick, fighters always pull something out of it. So I guess what do you pull from that win?
Man, just being more patient on my feet, I think it was. I know last fight I was kind of patient, but I knew I kind of had to get to him quick. This fight, we knew Gerald didn't really press forward too hard, so I kind of had more time on my feet to kind of focus in, zone in. When I kind of pressed forward, he didn't back up, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna let something go and
Well,
land.
well, you said in your post fight, you just said, and I'm more comfortable in your striking. So I guess was
Yeah.
that a conscious decision, like preparing for Gerald, or is that just like, I at this point in my career, like I really finally have to get
Yeah,
comfortable
at
here?
this stage of my career, where I am, I know I have to evolve. The sport's ever evolving, so that's something that I've always been working on. I started out actually kickboxing. I have two kickboxing fights, and yeah, jujitsu just happened to be the kind of the route to go in MMA. But yeah, I always have it as backup. A lot of people haven't seen it, but now it's showing, so it feels great.
So how much of this camp was striking, or was it, normal?
A lot of it was just striking. Like I'd say it was like 90% striking, and then about 10% like anti wrestling. That was
Sure,
about it.
sure. And I'm not knocking Gerald, but is it
No.
because, Gerald's not, known for his striking ability in there that you could kind of really focus on that, knowing that both of you guys have such high level jujitsu? It's not like you have to kind
Yeah.
of game plan for that aspect of it.
Yeah, again, like you said, nothing against Gerald. He's a amazing fighter, very good. He's got a lot of fights. He's very experienced. Those guys are very dangerous when you're in there fighting against them. But his striking game really never evolved. If you look at it, it's kind of always been the same. So I knew I could take advantage of that. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to talk to Gerald after? I know he's kind of going through some stuff with the loss of his coach, Duke Rufus, and everything. Like,
No, I did not. Rest in peace to Duke Rufus. He's a great guy. I know he started there, and I know he was down at Killcliff, and now he's at Valley Flag. I think that's who he is, something like that. Yeah. Now I spoke to him a little bit afterwards. I just said I respect you. I'm very grateful that he took the fight. I respect all these guys that step in the cage. It takes a lot for us to go through a 10-week or 12-week camp and step in the cage in front of all these people and win or lose or get a draw or whatever. But yeah, I respect all my opponents. But when we're in there, respect's out the window.
any word from your wife yet?
She's in the stands, freaking out. So I mean, she could be having a baby right now. I'm not really sure.
I was gonna say, like, I don't have experience with it, but would imagine excitement like that might kind
It
of.
might set something off. She's right there. She's at 36 weeks, so she's right there. But I mean, hey, I have an hour and a half ride home to Philly, so I could be home in time for the pay per view. Yeah, so maybe either that or we're going to the hospital. So I'm not sure.
Respect to her for coming out. Last
Yeah.
one, big win, knockout or submission win in MSG. Kind of your career is only going to go up from
Yes,
here. I guess what's next for you?
man. For me, the sky's the limit. I feel this is something that I've been working towards my whole life. I really have, and it's just showing. Uh, you know, there's a lot of guys that are coming up now in this game that are very good and are very talented, and I feel like I'm one of these guys. So I'm just very thankful.
Boy or girl? Which one's
Boy,
what's
two boy. I have two boys now. Yeah, so I've one that's two. I have a 2 year old right now, and I have another boy on the way.
and it, do you have a name picked out?
Uh, we do. It's Cal.
Yeah.
So it's KAL. So I'm KAD. Like my initials. My wife is KAD. Her initials. My son is Kai Alexander. So this one will be Cal Atlas. So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Right here at the front. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
I want to go back 3 years ago. You were cut by the UFC.
Yeah, man.
Fast forward 3 years later, you got two stoppages in under a minute. You're in Madison Square Garden winning. I mean, talk me through your mindset when you were cut then that, to put yourself in a situation these years later.
Yeah, I knew it was something that when it had happened at first, I knew I was, obviously I was upset about it and annoyed about it. But I told myself I can either stay here and be annoyed about it and just harp on it the whole time, or I can make them think it was a mistake and just keep winning and get back here. I really just want to show that my career, my lifestyle is something that is an example of guys that they struggle in their life and then they come back. That was a struggle that I had. I was cut from the UFC, and I was going to tell myself like, this isn't how I'm going to finish my career. I'm not just going to be a regional fighter for the rest of my life. Like I'm going to get back to the big stage. And I'm going to make a statement, and that's just kind of the momentum that I've had. I'm on a 6-fight winning streak now, so it feels great.
And during the fight, obviously, wasn't a lot of action.
Yeah.
It was obviously, well, there was a lot of action, but it was very quick.
It's very quick, yes.
You put in the submission. At one point, you look up at Herb Dean. You said something. Was you saying he was out?
I thought he was. So when I grabbed him, locked him up, and I started to squeeze him, like he kind of shifted a little bit, and it felt like he went limp. So I said to Herb, I was like, I think he might be out. And then as soon as Herb checked his arm, I guess he stopped it because he tapped. I didn't feel a tap, but he did tap.
Obviously, right after this, you'd be on dad duty.
Yeah.
How long? I mean, it's a turnaround because obviously your life is going to change even more with the
Oh
second
yeah,
baby.
definitely. Hey, I told myself that I'll be ranked by the middle of next year. So whether they give me a ranked opponent next, or they give me somebody who will get me there, that's going to be the goal. Yeah, my wife is due with the baby soon, so we'll take a couple months of being a father of two, and then kind of just going from there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kyle, over here.
Yep.
So you get the knockdown,
Mm.
and then there's, I don't know, maybe there was a beat or something like that, but it almost looks like I could decide where I want to go with this
Yeah.
submission, and then you dial up the Darce Knight. So,
Yeah.
I mean, was there any sort of like thinking there, or was it really all instinct?
It was kind of it was instinct. Like I won't say that I was in there like solely focused in. I knew when I hit him, he went to the ground, and it was kind of just second nature to just jump on top of him and look for a submission. That's kind of what I do in these fights. I hurt these guys, and then I just kind of jump to a submission because I know that they're vulnerable in those positions. A majority of the time it works out. But I knew with this game plan that we had, if I did hit him, we were going to circle to his head. That way we couldn't engage in his jiu-jitsu. But the way he fell and then just kind of rolled back in the position I was in, I just dropped down and went for the darts.
And obviously, you did all of your work to kind of get back here in CFFC and
Yep.
regional promotion. We just had Fatima Klein in here
Yes.
as well, and she was kind of talking about that the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the family kind of extended family of everybody coming out from CFFC. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah, it's great, dude. Philly's coming up there now. We got, we had Pat win the fight. He was a CFFC guy. Fatima won. I won. Sean's fighting later tonight. So it's great to see these guys and girls, coming up, getting the recognition that they deserve. We're not we're a fight city, but we don't have a ton of guys that are, up here in the UFC. So it's just great to see these guys, climbing the ranks.
There was a Pennsylvania feel to this card,
Yes.
probably even more than New York or New Jersey, strangely enough. I mean, when are we going to get back to Pennsylvania? Are you going to
Man.
start pushing for that? You guys got
I
to start
hope
kind
so.
of getting louder, right?
I hope so. I mean, I would say with the state of the UFC right now and everything like that, Sean wins tonight. I feel like they'll definitely put a card in Philadelphia at the Xfinity Mobile Arena now, not the Wells Fargo. Yeah, Xfinity Mobile. But yeah, I mean, hey, we have enough people both regionally and in the UFC to stack a card up. So I mean, it only seems right.
Will there be a marketing campaign to get you on that card?
Hell yeah, definitely.
Thank
Of course. Thank you.
Kyle, quick one right over here. What's changed in order to get you on this new stride that it seems like you're on in your career?
Man, just the confidence in my ability, really. I'm undefeated regionally, so I just had to put that in the back of my mind. Stepping up here, a lot of guys see these bright lights and they go in here and they're like, they let the lights get to them. I feel like that's something that I did in the first stint in my UFC run. But yeah, fights like these, venues like these and organizations like this, there is no difference between, here and regionally. The only thing that's different is how they run their businesses. Obviously, the money is money and whatnot. The regional scenes don't pay enough, but the way that the UFC runs their shows is perfect and great. But again, you're stepping into a cage to fight somebody, and you do that regionally. There's no different to not be able to do it here.
Thank you.
Thank you.